You awaken to the sounds of birds chirping, and as you look around the room, Guy and T are still fast asleep. But you, however, are ready to start your day. As you stand up and stretch your arms, you recall that Silder requested that you and the rest of the gang rested today so that you are at your best when dealing with the Zhentarim. As you exit the guest bedroom into the town master hall, you find Silder in the main room, sipping some tea at his desk and writing something you're unsure of. How do you proceed?
Oh, well, hello there, Silder.
Good morning, Corey.
What are you up to today?
I'm currently writing a letter to the Lord's Alliance requesting backup for tomorrow.
Is there anything you need me to do?
No. Just be at your best when time comes.
Well, then I might take a stroll today.
Before you go, you look rather tired. Can I interest you in some tea?
Yes, that would be lovely.
He grabs his teapot and he pours you a tiny glass, handing it to you. As you take a sip, it is the most bitter, unsweet thing you've ever tasted. It barely tastes like tea.
It tastes just like the bitterwurst tea that I made when I was starving to death on the great landscape in Aesgrimor.
It's my absolute favorite. It's a home brand from Waterdeep.
Oh, water deep. But it's it's definitely a kicker.
He pours himself another glass and begins to drink. I won't be here later today. I have some business I need to attend to around the town. However, if you do need anything, you can probably find me walking about. But if it's not important, just keep it to yourself.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Also, you snore like a bear.
I've been told, but never heard it, so maybe I think some people just exaggerate, you know?
It is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Well, I'll sleep on my side this tonight.
You rolled over 8 times while you slept. Poor T didn't fall asleep till the middle of the night.
That little one, he doesn't need that much sleep.
He drank himself to sleep.
Yeah, he does that every night anyway.
Well, today's a weekend, so most of the shops are going to be closed for a bit. If you do need supplies, I know Bothan's going to be open for a little while.
I'd stop by, but probably just going to take a stroll and maybe stop by the fountain.
Well, you know what they say.
No?
Well, you know what they say. He goes back to writing. He seems absorbed in his work.
Well, see you later.
Yes, I'll see you later.
I guess I'll walk out the door. Look, the perception check.
No, it's fine. I got you, actually.
Oh,
As you step outside, the town is active with a few people tending to their shops and, children playing, the usual. Some people are on their way to work, and as you look around the town trying to figure out what to do, you lock eyes with Sister Garacle. She's tending to the Shrine of Tamura as usual, but as she takes a break, she waves you over.
Yeah. Right away. I'm coming. I walk
Cool.
briskly to Sister Garacle.
You trip over a small child, killing him.
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding. Control Z. Good morning, Corey.
Oh well, it is a lovely morning.
You up to anything today?
Um, Well, I was going to go on a walk. Maybe explore the forest surrounding the town, but nothing much.
I haven't left the town much since I went to Coneyberry a few weeks ago. I'm
Oh,
envious of the other adventurers around here sometimes.
hmm. How was Coneyberry?
Awful.
Sounds awful.
She continues cleaning up the statue.
I must say, you do look lovely today.
Ah, thank you, Corey. I'm just wearing the same robes I always do, though.
Well, they quite suit you.
Corey's a virgin chick. So, how do you proceed with this conversation?
Um, I guess I'll just invite Sister Garacle into my bedchamber, and then end of the session.
She denies your request.
Uh, now, I guess I'll just invite Sister Garacle to come explore the forest with me.
Go ahead.
Um, Sister
Oh, please call me Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth, would you fancy maybe going on a walk with me out in the forest? I've been eyeing a spot just right for a picnic or hunting or
Ooh,
just
hunting.
some exploring.
I haven't been hunting since I was, well, pretty young. I heard
Hmm,
there's lots of game out in Neverwinter Forest, but then there's also
yes, yes.
Crypt Garden, which is much more mysterious, but still, there's some game over there as well.
Hmm. Well, then would you fancy a hunting trip?
Yeah, which forest would you like to go to?
I think maybe Crypt Garden might be
Alrighty,
exciting.
sounds good to me. She seems cheerful that she gets to leave the town. Here, just wait here for a second, and she runs back into her house, which is directly next to the shrine. A few minutes pass. Some children start running around you in circles, playing Ring the Rosie.
Oh, you are just adorable. Wait,
My mom
ring
sells
around the rosy.
drugs.
Oh, well, are they medicinal?
Yeah, my mom's a doctor.
Oh, okay. That's a little more descriptive.
I
Maybe
watched my dad kill someone.
oh, like maybe protecting your family?
Mm-mm. Well,
That'd be
I watched my dad run over a little fucking rat with a cart. Yeah.
um yes, that's very interesting. I see. Are you feeling well, young man?
Yeah.
You look maybe a little pale, and runny nose. Maybe might be sick.
That's racist.
What?
You can't call an elf pale.
He uh, sorry?
Damn right you are.
Okay, okay. Oh,
I don't have any
apologies.
parents. I lied. I ran over the rat
What? You have a cart? Where do you live?
in the cart.
Um, do you need shelter, perhaps?
No, I have the cart.
And you're doing fine. You're not starving. Lack
No,
of
I eat rats.
nutrition. Well, do do you eat the bones? Bone soup, calcium.
No, I just use the bones as nose pickers.
And then where do you get calcium from? You need all your vitamins and
You're boring. The kid walks away, and the other ones join him. Just as that happens, Sister Garacle steps out of her house wearing a large coat. She's still hooded. It seems to be a part of her personality at this point. She's wearing a leather set of armor under the coat, some nice fine pants, and some nice fine boots. All right, I'm ready to
Sister
go.
Garacle. Well, you look stunning in your leather armor.
Why, thank you. I'll also need this. She pulls out a massive fucking warhammer. No, I'm kidding. It's a longbow.
Well, hunting sure will be interesting.
I haven't done it in ages.
It's been quite some time too. I don't think I've hunted since I left on the boat to come here.
The boat?
Well, I left from Neverwinter.
No, you didn't.
Wait, no, I left from Ramune
No, Maru-chan.
Maruchan. Well, I left from Maruchan.
Oh wow, a whole continent away.
Yes, yes. I was living in the mountains there for quite a while, and that was the last time I hunted.
Did you hunt to survive?
Oh, yes, yes. I lived off in the wilds for most of my life.
Wow, that's amazing.
I used the chance to study much of the wildlife, and I grew quite fond of the animals that I lived with, basically.
She continues talking to you about hunting as you leave the town, heading south towards Crypt Garden. As you make your way down the road, crossing through some streams here and there, cutting through woods, avoiding, armies of such, you reach a mountain that has a rather large forest atop it. The mountain's not very tall, it's more of a bluff, but the forest looks rather thick and large. Hunters tend to avoid this place due to the ruins. Plenty of animals make it their home. I mean, no hunters are after them, so they're not expecting us to attack. And that's when we'll get them.
I
Sister
see.
Garacle seems extremely pumped to go hunting.
What do you think we'll find around these parts? Maybe some brown hair,
Well,
rock.
anything from elk to owlbears.
Yes, yes.
That's why I brought these as well. And she pulls out a couple of healing potions and puts them back in her purse.
I say, I am craving some pheasant.
Well, what do you say? Do we go look for some game?
Yes, yes, I say we hunker down in that shrouded area there by the bushes and we watch, and gather our surroundings. Find a nesting place, perhaps.
All right. So as you hunker down in your first hunting location, as you're hunkered down, you start hearing something rather large approach the area. Because you're in like a little bit of a clearing. There's berries around you, and as the thing approaches closer, you and Garacle quiet down, and before you is a black bear who is picking at the berries. It doesn't seem hostile.
Wow. That is what a beautiful bear.
It is pretty beautiful. I wonder if it's a mom.
I say we leave it alone, let it bide its time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Can't have too much bear sausage.
Yes, yes.
I've already eaten a whole bunch this week, anyways. You'd be amazed at the amount of bears that just wander in your town.
Yes, it's quite a hassle, I've heard.
The bear stomps off back the direction it came, holding a twig of berries in its mouth.
She must be bringing it back to her den,
Ah, nature's beautiful.
of course. Just like you.
She smiles. Some more time passes, and two hares hop out of a hole. They're blissfully unaware of the situation that surrounds them.
Two brown hairs.
Rabbit stew sounds good.
I pull back my bowstring
Alright,
and I prepare for the shot.
do a strength check.
Roll a 1, a nat 1.
You miss, and the arrow ricochets, with the butt end of it hitting you in the head. Sister Garacle's laughing hysterically at this strange situation.
What happened?
The rabbits get away.
Ow.
Maybe, maybe we should switch locations.
I say that's a good idea. Am I bleeding?
No, the butt end got you.
I see. Well, good thing the impact was lessened by the ricochet, but that was what chances?
So you guys begin walking, looking for a new location, and Elizabeth strikes up some conversation with you. What was your childhood like, Corey?
Oh, well, back before I was, I'd say 5 or 6, I lived with my tribe, and my mother and father were great people. My father was an aspiring alchemist who, well, against the tribe's wishes, he sought medicine for the tribe, and he sought to greater the understanding of our healing practices, but tradition ruled, and he was exiled.
Do you know where your father is now?
Last I know is that he was. I believe the last time I saw him was one day. I believe he snuck. I. It's hard to remember because I was only 4 at the time. He snuck in back into the tribe's perimeter while I was hunting, and while I didn't see him, I heard his voice, and he left a message for me, telling me to be strong and find a way to live on my own. He foresaw dark days for the tribe, and I followed suit 2 years later.
Whatever happened to your mother?
Well, my mother became sick with a plague not long after my father left the tribe. He was the only one that knew how to cure her. He was keeping her well, but since he was not able to come back, she died soon after.
She comforts you by placing her hand on your back and patting you. My
But,
childhood was equally as sad.
oh, well, you may share if you like. I am here to listen.
It's taken some time to get over what happened, but when I was around 8 years old, I come from a family of noble elves, and my
Oh,
father and
yeah.
mother, they were taking us to Waterdeep,
Hmm.
and a group of bandits attacked before we even left Neverwinter. They uh, they killed them before me and gave me this. She moves her hair from the side of her face, revealing a huge scar going down to her neck.
Oh my. Well, it certainly doesn't take away from your beauty.
Thank you. I spent most of my childhood fending for myself, finding food, and by finding I mean stealing. Eventually, I stole from the Harpers, and that's where I
Hmm?
met Jay, a kind old man. Took me in as his own and raised me in the Harpers.
I see.
My life started getting happy after that.
Well, I'm glad it's turned around. Um, I think that even though my childhood was rather sad, I found solace in the wild, and I followed my father's teachings, which he left me with, and I still, to this day, carry on an academic understanding of the world in which I live in.
You notice she's not responding to you, and she's gone still with fear. Before you is a group of 3 direwolves. Roll for initiative.
Ooh! Holy shit. Well, I got a 1 and then I got a 19. Well, a 22. 22. I will. So, how many wolves are there?
There are 3.
3 wolves? Uh, I'll try to, I guess, what's the distance between me and the wolves?
About 50 feet.
50 feet, okay. Uh, First, I'll try to move back 20, or I guess I'll just max out my movement, so like 30, was that 30 feet away
Where
from
are
him?
you going?
I signal her to come, or whatever.
She steps back with you, and you're both 30 feet away from the wolves now.
Wait, wait. You mean we were 50 feet and I moved back farther 30
Oh,
feet?
80 feet, sorry.
So 80 feet. And then I pull out my crossbow.
Garbage. Shit.
And I shoot the nearest direwolf.
They're all equally next to each other, so I'll say you go for the center.
Alright.
Roll to C for AC, motherfucker.
16. Mine, give me something. I got a nat 8, so 11 plus, 11.
It takes 11 damage.
Sig.
Alright, so now it will be Garacle's turn unless you have something else you want to do, but I don't know why I'm doing that.
No, I don't. I don't have anything else.
She also got a 16. And she's going to pull out her bow. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah.
And then that's a
What?
that's a 1d8 plus 2 for her. Okay, she did 6 damage to the same wolf. However, the other 2 have gotten you got their attention, and they're slowly approaching you, taking taking a step 1 foot at a time.
So is the first wolf gone? Dead?
Yes.
Okay.
They're not going to attack you since they're not close enough.
All right.
They're
How
slowly
close are they?
approaching you. They are now
Okay.
75 feet away and getting closer.
Let's see. I'll try to throw my javelin at one of them.
All right, go ahead and try. Which one are you throwing it at?
The one to the. What are their positions in relative to me?
The one you struck is closest to you, and the other 2 are about a foot behind it on each of its sides.
I'll strike the one on the right.
All right.
And my hit DC is 19.
You clear it.
And a roll of 5 plus 5, which is 10, so 10 damage.
All right. And all right, Garacle's going to strike next. She just barely clears their class, and she steps back about 5 feet so that she can use her bow again. And there she gets 8 damage on the main one. So the alpha is now dead. Seeing this, The other two run away in fear.
Epic.
You have won the battle. That was close.
That was certainly unexpected.
But it felt so good.
Um,
She's like cheering for herself, patting herself on the back.
you
We
certainly did
you see,
well.
we killed him.
Yes, yes. And we now we have, well, some meat.
She takes out her knife. I'ma skin it.
Yes, yes. Direwolf pelts are going for quite a lot nowadays.
I'm gonna turn it into a coat for you.
For me?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll fit you though. Now that I think about it.
Mm, it would go for a nice, just one of those vest coats.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
She's attentively cutting it with precision.
Mm. For
Um,
someone unpracticed, you have a very thorough way of getting yourself around.
well, I hunted a lot as a kid, and I am also into wood carving.
Oh, I see. Your hands are very steady. That makes sense.
I also spend all day cleaning.
Yes. I too clean up after my rather uh, sloppy friends of mine.
How did you meet them?
Well, we ended up on the same boat from Marchand to Neverwinter.
All three of you? That's
Hmm.
one hell of a coincidence.
Yes, yes, and it was even more of a coincidence that our friend Guy was here for a job. I was on my way escaping from, well, what I would like to call an ancient evil of nature.
Oh, God, it must have been horrifying.
Yes, those scaly fiends, they.
Dragons?
Yes, yes, close. Smaller, smaller. But
Wyverns?
quite a bit smaller, but equally as terrifying.
Nothics?
No.
Snakes?
Um,
She's looking actively confused.
have you ever heard of a Bach, a knoll?
Like like a lizard?
Yes, yes, a lizard.
She covers her mouth trying to contain her laughter. But it boils over. She falls over on her back laughing at you.
Look, they are terrifying, I swear. They invaded my home and they bred like wildfire.
But they're little babies.
But they they covered me at night. It was horrifying.
That's how they show their love. Corey, you're 7 feet tall. They're like an inch high.
But I don't want to hurt them. I just want to avoid them. Their sticky little hands and their beady eyes.
The
They
more you're saying it, the more I want one.
look.
After she finishes laughing at you, she puts the pelt in her bag and continues talking to you. You guys seem rather close for knowing each other for a short period of time.
Well, we've been through a lot together in such a little time. And we seem to have clicked just right.
That's amazing. I don't really have many friends. Jay was kind of
Well,
my last friend. But Leanne's
um,
been trying to, cheer me up.
that is wonderful. Who is Jay?
Jay, he was the man that adopted me when I was younger.
Oh, well, he seems like a wonderful man to be raising someone as kind and beautiful as you.
Yeah, he passed away a few years ago.
Oh, My condolences.
It's okay. I didn't feel that sad. I knew I had had the support of the Harpers.
Hmm?
They made the pain a lot more easy.
Now, who are these Harpers? I have never heard of them.
It's the group I belong to.
Oh,
Sort of like the Merchants Guild, the Lords Alliance. It's like a guild.
well, they certainly sound interesting.
1 second. Well, I can trust you, so we're more of a semi-secret organization, so it makes sense that you don't know who we are.
I see.
But, our goals are to, make sure things are good, preserve some history, and maintain the balance of civilization and nature.
Well, that sounds like such an honorable task. That's almost exactly what I studied. Is when I was in the wild, I observed civilizations and religion and culture, and I, well, preserved it in my art.
I'm I'm lucky to be part of a less serious version of the Harpers, because doing what I'm doing right now could get me in a lot of trouble.
I see, I see. Well,
Hunting's
I'm
frowned
glad you have the
upon in the
freedom.
larger guild.
Oh, I see. Well, it's all a part of life, I believe. It's
Who
a
knows?
circle, and
Maybe one day
yeah.
you'll join.
Well,
She flashes you a smile.
I would certainly be interested to join with you.
Join these nuts. Got him. Well, she walks away. We'll see. So as you continue searching for another hunting spot, nothing happens. You make it to your hunting spot, and you're held up in some bushes. No creatures walk by for about the period of 2 hours. Do you think we scared them off when we fought with the direwolves?
Creepy. Well, excuse me. I think maybe the noise may have startled a couple. I didn't imagine that they would clear for this long.
Hmm. Maybe it's time to switch spots again.
Yes, yes, I think maybe we should try to find a more suitable place.
So you continue walking once again. And as you and Elizabeth search for your next game, you stumble across a clearing of ruins. The ground is cracked stone, with large pillars standing valiantly above the rest. However, this once seemingly large structure has been reduced to nothing but rubble. As you continue to look around, pulling out your notebook, Elizabeth studies attentively the stones in the ground and the walls, trying to gather some information. And you're drawn to the center, where a dusty object sits upon a large sundial.
Peculiar. What is this? Seems to be a sundial. I guess I'll pick up the object or try to dust it off.
So, as you pick it up and dust it off, you're shocked by its beauty. It's a black teardrop looking crystal, and it's seemingly taken no damage in the amount of time it's been here.
My, is this onyx or what material could shine so brightly in such, well, distraught conditions? There's no weathering, and I don't seem to see any scratches or nicks. It was like this was just recently polished.
Before you can sketch it and take notes as you usually do, the crystal begins to glow with a green energy, illuminating the entire crystal. Shocked, you try to grab it with your other hand to see if you can stop the strange power, but quickly the energy from the crystal ends and it dissolves within your palm. But it doesn't pour out of your palm; your hand absorbs it. And Elizabeth lets out a scream and begins to shout for you, asking how you did that. How do you proceed?
What do you mean? What did I do?
Corey, where are you? Corey?
I, I am right here.
Hello? Corey? Oh no, this is bad. Oh,
Sister
what if some,
Elizabeth.
what if some evil wizard took him? Oh no.
Elizabeth, I am right here. I, can I inspect myself for the
Yeah, do a
perception
perception
check?
check.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 2. 4 is the total amount.
Um, um, want to try an investigation check instead, bud?
Yes.
Want to control Z that?
Yes. Okay, a 20. A 20. Let's.
So, as you investigate yourself, you notice that your hands are completely ethereal. You can see through them.
What is happening? You
And
can see the rifts.
as you look around, you don't see Sister Garacle. Instead, you see a completely built structure with the sun shining down through a center tower onto the sundial. Various wizards, also looking ethereal, are busy at work, taking notes, reciting spells. The entire area you're just in has turned into a busy tower.
What? What is this? What is happening?
You can still hear Garacle faintly calling out your name.
Hello? Who? Can anyone hear me?
The wizards pay you no mind. You're unsure if they can't hear you or they're just not interested in what you have to say.
Where am I? Hello?
No response.
What is this sundial?
Before you can reach the sundial, you bump into the other ethereal being. There's a wizard walking down the hall, and you fall backwards, feeling a powerful thud. And Elizabeth screams, seeing you. What happened? How? What?
Where?
Where? Where?
I'm here. I am
What? What?
here.
What happened? What happened?
And you're well. But what happened for you? Where?
I saw you
Where
hold
did
something, and then out of nowhere you just disappeared.
the stone? It was a black stone, the tear shape, and well, it started glowing for some reason. It was seemingly untouched. I turned. Well, I entered some sort of rift between here and, well, here, but in somewhere else. It was like everything was, well, no longer broken. The sundial was shining brightly, and there was some hooded figures and a, well, what seeming to be a wizard, another,
Corey,
someone else. I don't.
I I honestly have no idea what any of that means. You would have to like go to the library or something, but I don't feel safe here anymore.
Yes, we need to get out of here. I
Can you take me
I
home?
don't. Yes, yes, yes. Just right this way. I left a trail.
So you escort her out of the forest, down the mountain, and north back towards Fendelen. Nothing interesting happens on your trip, and as you reach the town, you can see T walking into the tavern. It's around lunchtime now. T doesn't see you at all, so you just kind of continue off. He's probably in his own world. And you walk back to the Shrine of Luck, and you drop Sister Garacle off. She got tired, so you were carrying her.
That was quite the trip.
Yeah, like I said, you could probably find some information in the library.
Yes, I'll do some research. I don't know where to start, but
Well,
the
you said you
library
saw
is...
some like hooded people, and everything looked old or new. I mean, old, new.
Yes, it was
It's
like I had been transported to the past or some alternate reality. I don't know. But
maybe,
I think I'll start with the location.
yeah, that would be smart. Maybe some magic books as well. Maybe it's something to do with the spell.
Yes,
And you
yes.
said the crystal dissolved in your hand.
Well, it merged with my hand. It dissolved into me.
That's bizarre. You should probably look at a geology book too.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm I'm sorry our trip ended like that. But
No, it's fine. Go make sure you're okay.
yes, yes. I still greatly enjoyed my time with you.
I as well. Come back sometime and I'll have that vest ready for you.
Yes, of course. You have a wonderful night.
You as well, even though it's mid afternoon.
It is mid-winter.
I mean,
Well,
early afternoon.
um,
You dense brick. No, she says none of that. She says you as well. So you wander around the town aimlessly for quite some time. You have no fucking clue where the library is, and you didn't think to ask. Eventually, you start walking towards Transcendar Manor once more, hoping not to run into any Zhentarim on your way. And to your right, the first building that you see says Fendelin Library. Nobody's inside when you enter, but the books are available. What do you look for?
finally I found it. Let's start with geologic sites, maybe. Uh, a, oh, I guess I'll look for like books pertaining to that forest.
All right. So you look for books that have Crypt Garden in the title, or The Forest of the Forgotten Realms, those sort of things. And each book that you find doesn't have much information on Crypt Garden, since it is mostly unexplored. However, a rather old and tattered book is entirely dedicated to Crypt Garden. However, the book's only a few pages long.
Hmm.
Scrolling through it reveals that once a wizard's college existed within Crypt Garden. It was rather unknown, for it was for the esteemed wizards. Nothing pertaining to the crystal or what you saw was mentioned. However, illustrations of the college matches up with what you saw.
Yes, there's the sundial. Hmm. Well, then, is there the name of the college in there? I mean,
Crypt Garden's Wizard School for the Gifted. Or
I guess
Magic
I'll.
School for the Gifted. Some shit like that. I'm just gonna make it up on the spot because I didn't think of that. Because I'm
Yeah,
ahead of this, baby.
I guess I'll look for the books pertaining to the name of the magic school.
You find almost none, but the ones you do find give you just about as much same information that it was an esteemed college. Not many could get in. You would have to pass a rigorous test to enter. However, one book you find does make mention that they did study dark arts before it
Hmm.
was illegal, however.
I think that I'll look for books pertaining to geology and the dark arts. stone, maybe magic dark stones, or
You start
some.
searching the library. You can't find much. Tucked away in the corner, though, in the magic section, there's not many magic users within Findelin. You find a book titled Curses of Old.
Hmm, this might work. Might as well try.
You start flipping through the pages. It's a rather long book. It details incantations that have been blacked out by the librarian. It has horrid illustrations of dark practices. But towards the
Hmm,
ends, you find a section on curses. Mostly everything's darked out, except for one that the library has written above said rumor. It says rumor. It's a curse known as Mortis Habit Aculis. It's highly illegal, for it was insanely powerful. The curse allows the user to become ethereal with the help of a magic stone known as the Mortis Teardrop.
that's the stone.
To be able to use and practice the curse, it only requires a one-use incantation. You must have been bitten by an undead creature within the last 24 hours, and then use the crystal above, noted in the journal, uh, and destroy it within your palm. Once it is destroyed, you gain the ability, and below it you can see the ability. But before you read that part, you recall that when you first obtained Dory the skeleton, he bit your arm. Connecting the dots, you realize you've illegally practiced the dark arts. Accidentally.
Well, I slam the book closed.
You're not curious
Um,
of what powers you've gotten?
I guess I'll I'll try to hide the book and then look at the side effects.
So you hide the book within your pants, and as you do, the librarian walks back in from a lunch break. Oh, hello, dearie. It's not much time that I see a visitor.
Ah, yes, I was just looking at some books pertaining to um a forest I just went hunting in, just looking at the different game and such that you might find there.
Oh, fancy yourself a hunter, dearie.
Just a little bit. Not much these days, but I went out just today and I thought I might do some research.
Ah, well, it's good to stay informed. Is there
Yes, yes.
anything I can help you with?
Um, I seem to have found pretty much all I need. Might browse around a little bit, but I think I'm good.
Well, come back anytime.
Yes, yes, of course.
So, where do you go from here to secretly read your book,
Um,
of which you
uh,
stole?
I guess I'll just go back to the town hall.
So, when you enter the town hall, you check every room to make sure you're completely alone. Silder's off. Um, T's nowhere to be seen. You assume he's in the tavern where you saw him go. And Droop and Guy are not in the house either. So you lock yourself in the guest bedroom, light a candle, and begin to read the last part of the page.
Okay.
Become ethereal. Ethan, aka Corey, you have gained the ability to become ethereal. This power is limited to 10 minutes out of the day. It can be divided up into chunks, so you can use 1 minute here, a few seconds there. And while you are ethereal, you are nearly unable to be detected. The only people who can detect you are spirits, people of the arcane abilities, and of dark arts. Other than that, you are completely invisible to anyone. If you choose to focus your power, you can focus it into two ways. You are able to see areas in their past forms, and you are also able to temporarily restore objects into their past versions. However, this will use the entire duration of your power. This is your ability. It
Well,
cannot be used in combat, also. Just want to put that out there.
okay, okay.
It is a stationary ability. So you read
Ooh.
that all, and it kind of translates over to how it would sound in a book,
Yeah.
and you're kind of shocked now. You're surprised that the crystal was able to melt in your hands without you breaking it, but you chalk that up to your connection with Dory. So what do you do now?
Um, I will hide the book. Um,
Tori studies the dark arts arc.
uh, I don't know.
Alright, you
um,
put the book away, and you leave the story up to another day. So as you
yeah.
tuck the book into your satchel, making sure to hide it perfectly so no one will ever find it, you you step out of the guest bedroom into the main hall, and you start replacing all of Silder's tea with camellia tea. And that is where your story ends for the day.